What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Dr. Kojo, your Hollywood mental health expert, and y'all requested a part 2 to the neurodivergent and substance use video. What's the link between neurodivergence and substance use? So I'm going to make a part 2 to that video right now, and I have a different angle that I want to take this at. So I hope y'all get this angle, and I hope it makes sense to you. And I don't want you all to think that I'm trying to get y'all to stop using substances. I just want you to think and ponder on a couple of things. So in the first video, I talked about reasons why neurodivergent individuals, why we may be attracted to substances, why we may start and why we may stay on it for a while. But maybe it's because of what's been going on in my life as of late, or maybe just where my head's at. But I want to take this part 2 from a different perspective. So let's talk about being neurodivergent and trying to make sure that your own thoughts are really your thoughts. What does that mean? When you're neurodivergent, a lot of your life, especially those formative years, is spent masking, trying to fit in, and studying other people to figure out what you should say, and everything feels so rehearsed and contrived and scripted. It doesn't feel like it's actually your own thoughts. I hope this is making sense. But even if it's not, stick with me because it will make sense. So when you're growing up, and then you become an adult, and even in your 30s and 40s, as you go through life, you're making decisions, and nobody really knows what we're doing in life. We're just doing the best that we can with the information that we have, right? But when you're neurodivergent, a lot of times you're not sure whether the decisions that you're making are your decisions. And sometimes you're never sure if the people who are in your circle are actually your friends, if they want the best for you. And this can be very frustrating, especially when you start to figure things out, when you slow down and you realize, oh wow, maybe these people were just keeping me around because they were laughing at me, or they weren't truly my friends. It's one thing to understand that somebody's not your friend and they're an associate. It's a whole nother thing to bring a person to your space, to trust them as if they're a close friend. And after a while, you realize, oh wow, this person never really had my best intentions in mind. This person didn't really care for me like I thought they did. And one thing about substances is that they cloud your judgment. It's really difficult to make the best possible decisions in life, decisions that represent who you are and the things that you want to accomplish and the direction that you want to head into. It's really hard to do that when you're high, when you're drunk, when you're in a different dimension, when you're dissociating. So I want you all to keep that in mind. And what substances, I know I spoke about this in part 1. I don't think cannabis is the worst thing in the world. I think it should be legalized. I don't think we should send people to jail for it. And alcohol, of course, is legal and it's regulated. And, we tell people to drink responsibly, call an Uber if you're drunk. So all stuff is cool. But I just want you to understand that there's a thin line between, oh, I'm just going to try this out for a little bit, and before you know it, it's something that's become a part of your life. And slowing down, and I talked about this on live the other day on Facebook, slowing down, taking a step back. When you zoom out, something beautiful happens. You zoom out, you can see everything. You see, I'm looking to my right, I'm looking to my left. I can see everything in this room. The closer I get, I can't see as much. If there's something that's in my periphery that's harmful to me, I'm not going to be able to pick up on it because I'm this close. I'm this close to y'all. I can't see. When you zoom out like this, you can see better. You can make better decisions for yourself. When you are constantly under the influence of something, you won't be able to put out your best version of yourself. And as you're looking for people who are going to have your back, as you're looking for your friends, as you're looking for this necessary help that you will need, because you know that if you're neurodivergent, you will need some type of external support from other people, other sources. And everybody needs help in this world. That's whether you're neurodivergent or neurotypical. Everybody's going to need help. But when you are neurodivergent, you will need a specific type of help from specific types of people. You're looking for your people. And I do believe that it's harder to do that, to put out the best version of yourself when you were constantly under the influence of something. And I think that's very important because I made a video not too long ago where I was talking about neurodivergence and loneliness. And the girl in the video said that she didn't have any friends outside of her partner or her husband. That video got maybe over 500,000 views on Facebook, a lot of views on TikTok, but I didn't know that video would become that popular. I know that people are struggling with loneliness right now. People are struggling with isolation. People are struggling with depression. And these things are not neurodivergent specific. It's just life. Since the pandemic, it's been like that. And if you ask me why, I'll just say, Mickey Ficky, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I can tell you that we're not as connected as we used to be. And as you're looking for connection and as you're looking for your people, you will naturally we are attracted to people who we can see ourselves in them. So you're going to be naturally, attracted to people who are doing what you are doing. If you are smoking a lot and drinking a lot, and if that's your lifestyle, you're going to be attracted to people who are also doing that as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. Look, LA is home for me. I have a lot of friends who smoke all the time, drink all the time, do whatever, and all that is fine. They don't have to stop doing those things in order to continue being my friend. But I'm able to put up boundaries with how I live my life and the things that I do. So if certain things are around me and it's not going to be conducive for my personal growth, I'm gonna have to put a boundary and say, hey, yeah, you're still a homie, but like I'm busy, I'm taking care of stuff. We'll hang out if I see you in public, if I see you at a premiere or at an event. I might just want to go out to lunch with you one day. Like, we can hang, but we're not gonna spend so much time every day together because I'm in a different path and you're over there, and that's cool. Now I understand that if somebody's your I don't want you to cut off family. Like, if sometimes you have to, all right? But if it's your mom, dad, brother, sister, or somebody, your aunt, if that person is not a good influence for you, you have to reevaluate that relationship, okay? It's difficult if that's the only person in your life or the only people in your life, right? So keep that in mind. Don't be quick to cut off anybody. But I do want to say the people that you spend the most time with, the people that are in your circle, family, friends, whoever it may be, coworkers, you start to take on their attributes. You start to act like them. If you're around a lot of people who are writers, guess what? You're going to start writing a little bit. If you're around a lot of comedians, you start to be funnier. If you're around a lot of skateboarders, every now and then you might want to grab a skateboard, you might start playing a Tony Hawk game. You are what you're surrounded by. And if you're not that, you're going to become that, right? So it's very important to pick and choose who we want in our life based off of where we're trying to get to, right? When you are not sober, right? When you're not operating with the clearest, brain, it's going to be difficult to pick those people. I have a doctorate. I'm a decently smart dude. I got a couple of, a million followers on social media, so I get a couple of things correct every now and then. But even me, I have surrounded myself with people who were not the best for me, and a lot of those decisions were made because I was drunk or high, or I wasn't operating with a clear mind, and I paid dearly for those mistakes, for having certain people in my life. But I'm very happy that I went through that experience, so that way I can come and tell y'all don't have to make the mistakes that I did. And even then, I learned from my mistakes. I'm a very stubborn person. I have to normally make a mistake a couple of times, and then I'm like, all right, okay, this is too much pain. I'm good. I'm gonna back up now. I'm truly done at this point. I'm done. Y'all got it. I have to make mistakes a couple of times before I finally get it. But I just want to say the people you keep in your circle are so important. It's so important. And I tell my younger siblings all the time. I say, hey, do not hang out with losers. We don't hang out with losers, and that might sound harsh. And you probably say, Dr. Kojo, who's a loser? Like, who's a loser? A loser is anybody who spends their time talking about other people, putting people down, not doing things to benefit themselves or the people that they love. That's a loser. You can go from being a loser to a winner like that. So once your mindset shifts and you have that winning mentality, come on back to the team, come on back to the squad. But if you're in that losing frame of mind, you want to gossip, you want to lie, you want to talk bad about other people, you want to treat people disrespectfully, those are things that are not allowed in my ecosystem. Now, of course, if it's work or church or somewhere where you run into these people, that's fine. I can keep a G for however long I have to be in your presence. If I catch wind of somebody who is operating like that, you treat people really bad, you think you're better than everybody else, that type of mentality, I don't want that for my life. I want to keep positive energy around me. I want to treat everybody with respect. I want to shake everybody's hand. I want to get to know your name. There's a certain type of way that I operate. And you all are probably thinking, oh, we got off the topic of substance use. No, we did not get off that topic. We're still on it. We are still on that topic. When you're able to think with a clear mind, you're able to surround yourself with these people. And I know from personal experience, like if I'm not seeing patients, I'm at risk for sliding back into that environment, into that population, which is a big reason why I do keep a consistent schedule and routine and see patients. Because whenever I have a really good routine, I see patients, so on and so forth, I normally surround myself with the right people, and I normally am very productive. And it's when I take a break. Sometimes breaks are needed, I'm not gonna lie. But when I take a break and I chill back for a little bit, that's when I start to slide back. And I'm like, all right, okay, Kojo, we gotta get this together. We have to surround ourselves with people who keep us accountable, people who keep us on the right track, as opposed to people who have all day to, dibble and dabble in drugs. And not that anything is wrong with that per se. You're still not a bad person. But for the people that I want to keep in my circle, I want people who are at least trying. I still have friends who struggle with their sobriety. You don't have to, if you relapse you don't have to be perfect. It's not about being perfect, but for me, it's about trying. Give it the best that you got. Just give it the best that you got. And when you have a clear mind, and this is why people who say that they want to take tea breaks, but they don't want to give up smoking, I say that's a great idea. You don't have to necessarily give up, smoking. You can still do your edibles or whatever you want to do, but the tea breaks are good because it gives you a chance to zoom out for a little bit and just take a good, long, and hard look at your life and see if you're happy. Are you happy? Are you pleased? Are you satisfied? Do you like the direction that your life is headed in? And if your answer is yes, you're good. You can go ahead and get you a drink. Go ahead and do your thing. Because not everybody who uses alcohol or cannabis. Not everybody who uses some form of a substance is behind on everything. Some people are extremely productive. Some people are able to surround themselves with good people who are beneficial for them, both now and in the future, and they're able to seemingly not have any issues. If that's the case for you, you're good. You're good. You don't have to change a thing. I'm talking to a certain group of people who have realized that substances might not be the best thing for me because I'm not as productive as I thought I was. I'm not moving in the direction I wanted to be in. So if the shoe fits, go ahead and put it on. Walk a couple of steps, maybe walk a mile in those shoes. Don't shy away from the truth. So if you're watching this video and it makes sense to you and you're like, I gotta make a change. Don't be afraid to make the change. Do not be afraid to make the change because the best version of yourself lies on the opposite side of fear. So we can't be afraid. We can't play it scared. We cannot play it scared. We have to be Brett Favre. If y'all remember the great Brett Favre, played for the Packers and a little bit for the Vikings. Yeah, he played for the Vikings a little bit. The great Brett Favre, he can go out there and throw an interception. The very next drive, he'll come right back out. He's firing that ball. He's not playing scared. Yeah, he just made a mistake. He just threw a pick six. He came out the very next drive. He's still swinging. He's still going for it. That's how I want you all to be. You make a mistake here and there, it's all good. No sweat off your back. Let's keep it moving. We're going to do our thing, right? But I just wanted to offer, my thoughts on, neurodivergence and substance use. And I just wanted to put a different spin on this one and take it from a different angle. And hopefully if the shoe fits, like I said, just give yourself some time to zoom out, take a step back, evaluate what the substances are doing for your life. If it's helping, great. If it's not helping, why isn't it helping? How is it hurting you? And how can you make a couple of adjustments? Just being able to address those small things can lead to big breakthroughs. So that's what I want for y'all. I want for y'all to have big breakthroughs in 2024 and beyond. So keep in mind, if you're watching this video, today is the first day of the rest of your life. So we're going to put these things in place. We're going to take care of it. And then I want to say it should be smooth sailing from there on out, but that's not the truth. We're probably going to encounter a couple of bumps in the road, but our mindset's locked in. Our mindset's in the right place. So either way, we will be good. And over here, we don't even look at the obstacle. We look at our goal, and eventually we get to it. And that's how I've accomplished everything that I've wanted to accomplish. Of course, it's come with some difficulty, but I'm going to get there in time. So likewise, I want y'all to think and believe that as well. So hopefully this video gives you all some perspective, and I want to take it a bit of a different angle. So hopefully it makes sense. If not, and you made it to this point in the video, I do appreciate your attention. And like I always like to say at the end of my videos, and I'm gonna start saying this at the end of my comedy sets, wherever I do them. A lot of people care about you, and I'm one of them. So my name is Kojo Sarfo. You have a great night. Keep the right people around you. Until next video, take care. Peace.